Hi guys, and welcome to my car. Just kidding. Hi, welcome to my channel. So today's topic is people need you to have low self-esteem. People, corporation, society, everybody wants you to have low self-esteem so that they can manipulate you. Now hear me out, okay? Have you ever seen a pretty woman or like a super nice guy getting treated poorly by their partner? You wonder, man, what is wrong with that person? They could get so much better. They deserve so much better, right? Like, why are they tolerating that nonsense? It's because, they might love each other. It might be a trauma bond, but that's not what I'm speaking about. People need you to have low self-worth so that they can come in and save the day. They don't want you to love yourself because their manipulations and tactics that work on a majority of people that are asleep won't work on you. And that's going to be a problem if you do become self-aware and start having a higher self-esteem. In that moment where you choose yourself and you love yourself and your esteem of self is high, you instantly in that moment take away the power for anyone to control you or manipulate you or have any type of control over you. I knew this girl a long time ago and she was so beautiful. She could get anybody that she wanted, and she was highly desired by so many men and even women. And she would always hang out with this one guy, and he lacked direction in his life and literally was a bum and hardly showered and did not take care of himself and literally stank. But she, on the other hand, took her appearance seriously and was hygienic. Like, she took care of herself, and then she hung out with him. And I always wondered, girl, why are you messing with him? Like, what is the reason? I never understood it was sick, because she'd always tell me, like, how he treated her, and it wasn't fair for her. And because I was my homegirl, I felt for her. And I'm like, what makes this guy so special that she keeps going back to him? And like, certain guys that she messes with, these were shady guys. But then I realized it wasn't the guy that was special. It was that she saw a part of herself in these guys that she was incapable of love, so she didn't deserve love or to be treated with respect because she didn't see herself as someone that was capable of love or to be respected. But you know something about people like that is that's their free will. They're making the choice to behave how they want to behave, and no one else can make that change for them except for when they decide to wake up and start to love themselves and see themselves in a better light. And you know what? The same could be applied to my personal life. Let me share something with you if you let me. There are times where I stuck around people because I felt that there was something missing in me, and I feel that a lot of people feel that there's something missing in them. I don't know what kind of childhood trauma we all suffered, but there's clearly some sorting out that we need to do. But deep down, I felt like there was something missing in me, and so therefore I kept people around me that weren't benefiting me, jobs, situations. And there was even a part of me that was like, man, I'm so lucky to have this person around me, not knowing the whole time they were taking advantage of me. They were lucky to have someone as dumb as me. And this is the worst thing that you can do, is have somebody around because you're lonely and because you need validation and because you don't have high self-esteem. It's different because you're coming from a place of lack. You are going to attract the worst type of people in this state. Not only are you going to do whatever this person says, damn near, you're not even going to be good company. Okay? Because you're already showing up to this relationship expecting something that they can't fulfill. Now, what I'm going to tell you guys might sound a little evil, but it is psychology, and I read it from the book The Art of Seduction by Robert Greene a long time ago, that for the perfect target to seduce the target, and this sounds so messed up, but listen, they have to be an introvert. They don't have to be, but this is the easiest prey, is what he calls it. pray. They have to be introverted. They don't have a lot going on in their lives. They don't have much friends. They're very isolated. These types of people you can manipulate easily because they don't have much human connection. And when you come into their lives, you're going to be bringing a whole new world with you, and they will be thinking about you all the time. So whatever you say to this person will be amplified in their minds. And then this can become highly dangerous. Self-esteem goes beyond beauty, of course. Of course, it's inside that matters. And when people say that, we're not talking about the intestines. We're talking about, like, how does this person think about themselves? Do they think highly of ourselves? I'm so corny for saying that intestines. Clearly, it's not about intestines. But the beauty and cosmetic industry alone rakes in $49 billion a year. And that does not even include the surgeries, the BBLs, the boob jobs, the facelifts, the nose, the fillers, all that stuff. I can't even imagine how much that brings in each month. And that's because people want to bring up their self-esteem. And if you were a girl from the early 2000s, late 90s, tabloids at that time were ridiculous. They were ridiculous. And the girls back then that were considered fat would be considered anorexic today. And because people's self-esteem was so low, they would stick their fingers down their throats trying to achieve this look. And every single time you reach this look, the goalpost gets moved. And I feel like what's really important here to take away is that if you don't have self-esteem, if you don't have a defined vision for yourself and what loving yourself looks like, then you're going to basically get fed easily what loving yourself looks like and what beauty looks like and what your life is supposed to look like.
Hi guys, jump scare. I left this part out. So when you leave people and places that you grow out of, you start to recognize that you need to upgrade your life, okay? And then when others around you see what what you're doing, and that you're going to leave, or that you want to do better, they will try to keep you down by throwing old situations in your face to remind you who you were and where you came from. But if you knew deep down the reasoning why they did this is because they don't want you to leave them in most cases. They don't want to be alone. They want people to trauma bond with and validate their experiences with. When you no longer are in basically their source of entertainment at your cost, it can be daunting. It can be a daunting feeling. Some people can't imagine their existence in your life is just being a chapter or a learning lesson. You know how when people make it out of the slums or like the hood and they come back to their neighborhood and everyone's like, oh, you're too good to live here. Or, oh, this guy, big shot, Mr. Hollywood. It's a total crabs in the bucket mentality, and it's very real. And people will do that just to see you in the same place as you've always been all your life.
People also don't want to admit that they themselves are capable of achieving more in their lives. So this idea of success scares people off. And the idea of them achieving success is actually very scary. They don't know what kind of person they're going to be. It's the fear of the unknown. And they would rather stay where they are and not take accountability for their circumstances and keep blaming outside forces for the way that they are than to be better. So when you step out of self-sabotaging yourself and brainwashing of you're not enough, you will appear to others as cocky or selfish, which if you watch my videos, you know how I feel about the power of being selfish. And when people that are hurt and broken can relate to you, it's fun. But when you no longer want to be hurt and sad, it's no longer funny. People want you to do better, but never better than them. And it's another thing. And another thing, stop giving people so much access to you. Stop giving them access to your ideas, your goals, what you want to do with your life. Because people that are not motivated and like to complain, they will 9 times out of 10,
if they're not operating on the same frequency as you, they will respond by minimizing your efforts. They will respond by minimizing your efforts and aspirations, and will tell you to be realistic. And that mentality on its own, to be honest, to be surrounded by that is going to negatively impact you and cause you more harm than good. You need to look out for yourself for these naysayers.
At the end of the day, what's most important is how you view yourself, because how you view yourself and your self-concept is going to drastically change the quality of your life, the relationships that you attract, the people that you attract into your life, your jobs, the housing that you attract, how you make money. If you have low self-esteem and if you don't believe in your ideas or dreams, you won't ever go after them, because why? You don't even believe in yourself. Why would anybody else believe in you? And I think it's really important to notice here that you need to stop looking at yourself as your enemy and more as your best friend. When your self-esteem is low, you make it so easy for people to trigger and control you. And there's a saying that says, he who angers you controls you. Now, your energy is far too valuable to just be feeling that way and giving your power away to somebody. So I really want you to reconsider this. And next time you don't feel good about yourself, or you feel jealous about somebody else's circumstances, or you feel less than, I want you to highlight all the best parts of yourself. I need you to build your esteem so high that it is unbreakable, and that this confidence radiates from you, that each no that you get is more fuel to gear you towards what you really want. I really hope that this somehow provoked you in some manner. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you're new here, give me a like, a subscribe, a comment, you know the deal, and I'll see you in the next video. So you guys take care. Bye bye now.